So, the Vancouver Canucks have themselves a game that's going to take place a few hours from now against the St. Louis Blues. It's the start of a big road trip, and there's a lot to look forward to in regards to the standings implications, and of course, just being able to watch the Canucks play this year has been great. And you have yourselves the Red Wings, who are playing the LA Kings later tonight as well. But before we get into that, we will go out there and give our respects, pay our dues, and say once again that things are just getting better and better for these teams and their prospects. Because earlier today, for the IIHF World Juniors, you had yourselves the semifinal game take place between Team Sweden and Team Czechia. And you had yourselves a 5-2 Swedish victory, sending Team Sweden off to the finals against the USA, which is going to be tomorrow. We'll see who exactly wins the World Junior Gold then, but for now, we have ourselves even greater updates and bigger things to go for when it comes to top prospect on the Vancouver Canucks, Jonathan Lekkerimaki. Things just keep getting better. And you could say the same thing about fellow Red Wings prospect on the blue line of Team Sweden, Axel Sandin Pellikka. Now, the thing is with this game here, it puts Lekkerimaki in a tier of his own during this tournament, as for the World Juniors just in total, the guy has now 9 points in 6 games played. Tied with Gavin Brindley and Servac Petrovsky for second in the entire tournament in points, and if you go over to points per game, Lekkerimaki is a top 5 player in the tournament as well. He's got himself 6 goals in 6 games played, tied for Gavin Brindley for first in the tournament in goals, and he had scored 2 goals in today's game against the Czechs, bolstering this 5-2 lead and the game winner on top of that. Both of Lekkerimaki's goals today were awesome. He had really great snipes, and the first one on the power play was probably the quintessential Lekkerimaki type of goal. He pulls off the Alex Ovechkin, camping out there on the left side, receiving the pass from the point man, and hammering it on goal. He gets it right by, he celebrates quickly, he knows it was in, and then you had yourselves the shot later, which solidified his second goal of the game. Lekkerimaki is out in front, he gets the centering pass, and again hammers it right through. This is a guy who has been so good at scoring goals that he probably is the best Canucks goal-scoring prospect we have seen since probably Elias Pettersson in 2018. And Pettersson, to his credit, wasn't even really that much of a pure sniper in his Draft Plus One season either. He was just more of a regular old all-situations playmaker that was doing really good things. So for Lekkerimaki to be doing this, it really is some of the best goal scoring we have seen out of a Canucks prospect in years. And for Team Sweden at the World Juniors, it's definitely making an impact. Meanwhile, you've got ASP, the Red Wings prospect, going out there with a goal and an assist. He has 5 points in 6 games on this tournament for Team Sweden, which is very complimentary to his stellar production in the SHL. One of the best young Swedish defenders we have seen in this league suit up after getting drafted in terms of point production. We're really running out of things to say when it comes to Axel Sandin Pellikka and how he's able to move, how he commands respect at the blue line, and how he facilitates play. He is just one of the main contributors to this Swedish squad and their offense, and a goal and an assist today, setting up that Lekkerimaki power play bomb, by the way, on the game winner. It goes out there and tells the entire story. Now, for the game against the Czechs, Lekkerimaki was dubbed the MVP of the game, and he was also named one of the 3 best players on Team Sweden, with Noah Östlund and Hugo Havelid. But when it comes to Lekkerimaki and this World Junior Showcase so far, you had yourself some comments made by him as well as some of the other players on Team Sweden that he thought were interesting to go out there and look at. Here's an article published on NHL.com, the French version of NHL.com, by Guillaume Lepage, talking about Lekkerimaki and how he doesn't worry under pressure. This article will be linked in the description, but I will go out there and say it is French, so I had to translate it into English. Let's go out there and read what some of these quotes have to say. The Swedish forward Jonathan Lekkerimaki has just left the Scandinavian ice to wild chants from fans after a 2-goal performance, which helped his team beat the Czech Republic 5-2 and advance to the finals of the World Junior Championship. However, he appeared before the media with a very serious air and disarming calm. It was a bit like if he had just played a vulgar, unimportant match. Analyzing his nonverbals, it would be difficult not to believe him when he says that this team does not feel any pressure going into the gold medal game, wherein they'll play against the United States. No pressure. It's just hockey, Lekkerimaki said during a 2-minute and 5-second press scrum in which he was asked 16 questions. And that type of response, honestly, is pretty indicative of Lekkerimaki's, let's just say, temperament and attitude on the ice. The guy doesn't really play in any way that makes you feel like he is frantic or kind of panicky. He's just super cool, calm, and relaxed even when he's going out there and firing pucks on goal with one-timers. He's just there. And he makes his opportunities count. Not to say that he's lackadaisical or that he's lazy or that he's not invested in the game in any way. He's just going out there making it look easy. And to have him say that, yeah, we're not really feeling any pressure heading into the gold medal game in front of your hometown fans after clashing with a Czechia team in the semifinals in what was a pretty close game up until it got opened up towards the end there, it's kind of indicative of the entire body of work this Swedish team has put in. It's also a great opportunity to overturn a belief that Sweden can never deliver when it really counts. After all, they've only won gold twice in the history of this tournament, with the last one coming in 2012, despite numerous dominations in the preliminary rounds. Axel Sandin Pellikka went out there and said, "We talked a lot about the fact that we only have 2 gold medals in 45 years at this tournament. It's special to have the chance to take it here home. The opportunity is incredible and we'll give our best performance tomorrow. We just don't feel any pressure. We love the energy of the crowd, and it's like we have a 7th player. It's amazing. This is just an advantage for us." And you know what? I'd be lying if I said I didn't get similar vibes out of Axel Sandin Pellikka, because the way this guy is able to move around in the offensive zone, he just doesn't really panic. He makes the right plays, he makes the right passes, he gets shots on goal. ASP is such an effective offensive producer, and for a guy taken by the Wings with their 2nd first-round pick in 2023, it's definitely a great sign going forward. Going back onto the article over here, let's read some more comments made about Lekkerimaki from guys like ASP, etc. Confidence is something that Lekkerimaki does not lack in this tournament. Although he is not a great orator, he lets his talent speak on the ice. He leads his team in goals and is tied for first with Östlund in points. His impact on this group is undeniable. Axel Sandin Pellikka says that Lekkerimaki's shot is incredible. I got an assist without much effort today by just handing him the puck. He's not afraid to make plays. He plays his way. Noah Östlund said this, that Lekkerimaki and his presence is huge for us. I love playing with him. He gives us an advantage, and he is a constant threat on the power play. His shot is simply deadly. Now, as for ASP, just kind of jumping gears a little bit now, we have a lot of people going out there and putting the spotlight on him too in a really good way. You had the Spit and Chicklets podcast with an entire segment talking about ASP. Now there is a conversation circling around Red Wings Twitter talking about the gold medal game tomorrow. Here's a tweet made by Scott Wheeler. Trey Augustine has a U18's gold. Tomorrow he'll play for a U20's gold. Just 19 saves tonight against the Finns, but there were half a dozen huge ones in a tight game, and a few when it could have gone 3-0 Finland. And then you had the Grindline guys going out there saying, yeah, Trey Augustine will face off against ASP and possibly Anton Johansson tomorrow in a fight for World Juniors gold. The Red Wings' future is bright. You even have this article on The Athletic from Scott Wheeler, wherein the quote reads that Axel Sandin Pellikka is basically like he could be one of the best players in the world. And that's a lot. I mean, the screenshot from the preview tweet goes out there and says this: Axel Sandin Pellikka is just really, really good. I asked Skellefteå head coach Robert Olsen about him, and this is what he'll plainly tell you. He's been really, really good this year. I had Erik Carlsson at the same age, and Axel, he's a little bit like Erik. He's a little bit of the same. If they make a mistake, they don't worry about it. They just keep doing their thing. So, I'll leave a link in the description if you want to go ahead and read this article by Scott Wheeler, wherein Axel Sandin Pellikka is compared to Erik Karlsson of all people. But for now, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about Jonathan Lekkerimaki and Axel Sandin Pellikka both getting the love they deserve? Things just keep on getting better for the Canucks and Red Wings, and this World Junior Gold Medal game tomorrow is going to seal the deal on that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about these two prospects in the World Junior Tournament so far. Who do you think wins the gold medal? Leave your predictions in the comment section as well. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.